Hello, everyone, and welcome to a Come Town. Unspecified what number this is, or if it's a bonus episode. But this is our live post-debate spectacular. We're in the spin room right now.
Yeah. We're at Caroline's Comedy Club.
Rudy Giuliani just walked by. Rudy! Mm-hmm. He walked by. With us, as always, Adam Friedland, the Puerto Rican rattlesnake.
How's it going?
Also, who's here is the fire chief that died in the Bronx tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
That'll be a breaking news story tomorrow. He's here with us right before that explosion happened because we're doing this immediately after the debate.
We want to get our fresh hot takes on the debate.
Yeah.
This probably should be the one we use for this week then, huh?
I don't fucking know. It doesn't
And
matter. We're not going to say anything that fucking... people are like, ooh.
And backed by popular demand, noted Marxist feminist thinker Amber Lee Frost.
Hi.
Said her name wrong again.
No,
the first time you didn't know, he said Lee.
You said Ali.
No,
Did
he
you?
said Lee.
You
said
said,
Lee.
oh my god, that's such a microaggression. I feel really unsafe right now.
How did I get it wrong again? I
Fucking
didn't say it
idiot.
wrong.
No, you said
You know,
it
the thing
wrong.
about when you say microaggression is like, Bruce Lee's 1-inch punch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what comes to mind.
That's the OG microaggression.
Well, I don't even know what microaggression means.
It's like when someone does something by accident and it's very minor, but you still get to get mad about it because you're self-absorbed.
Okay.
How did Bruce Lee die? Wasn't it some retarded shit? I know Brandon Lee died in a fucked up way, but didn't Bruce Lee like slip on a banana peel
Yes.
after being like the most badass dude in the history of?
No, didn't somebody like break into his house and like shoot him or something?
No,
Brandon Lee.
I love how you just go into these conversations speculative and it's just like, didn't he slip on a banana? Didn't he, like, you have phones in front of you.
No. That's
I got my phone in front of me. It's in my pants that I took off.
I'll remember this. Hold on.
I know he had. You know what it might have been? He might have taken aspirin and then thrown up. Or that might have been Hendrix. Because I know Bruce Lee like fucked up his back doing Good Mornings, and then his back never recovered.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Doing what?
Doing Good Mornings.
That's why I don't do Good Mornings.
What is good mornings?
They're like squats, but you don't really bend your knee. They're for your lower back.
Oh.
So you put a barbell on your back in the squat position, and then you sort of like bow towards the squat rack, and then come back
yeah,
up.
that literally sounds like a terrible...
Well, they're not bad if you use proper
unsafe.
form. You know, Bruce Lee was a notorious shithead when it came to exercising. I'm not even kidding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee was a shithead at exercising.
He could do a
He was so
4-finger
ripped
push-up.
and
Yeah, he
You
could do.
actually
Yeah, but
wanna
that's
know why he
bad for your
died?
fingers. That's like fucking really
Yes.
bad. He used to do this shit where he would take like 130. He'd take like a barbell with like 2 plates on it and fucking lift it up parallel to his body, or like curl it parallel to his body, which puts all this pressure on your like rotator cuff, and it's like just a shitty thing to do.
Yeah, but he can do that though.
yeah.
Yeah,
You know, if he ever. Has
Well,
to
he
do
died
that.
of a fucking cerebral edema.
Oh
Did he?
shit! What's
Yeah.
that mean?
From too much aspirin, right? From his back injury.
No, he had always had,
It means he's a waterhead. He died from being retarded.
he
you,
already
Amber.
had seizures and
Thank you.
headaches.
Thank you for looking that up.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it was from... Oh, wait, tranquilizers and aspirin probably
Oh,
contributed
hell
to
yeah.
it.
My man was taking tranks.
My man was on
Yeah.
ketamine, baby. That's how you lift all that shit. He's just on PCP. People were like, he was so strong.
Yeah.
He's like, hold up, let me smoke this boat real quick.
PCP, getting wet is a great part of any pre-workout.
Yeah.
The idea that the getting wet is the funniest
Getting
thing.
wet is the best term for using drugs,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I love to get wet.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. Have you guys? No one here has done PCP, right?
No.
No.
Do you know anyone personally who has done PCP?
Yeah,
Not that I
but
can
it's
think of.
it's
Yeah,
like the
I do.
it's the most piece of shit person I know.
Yeah.
It's similar to ketamine, though.
I know Tony Woods.
Really?
Yeah. He tells that story about smoking PCP and then running up Georgia Avenue thinking the devil is chasing him, and then going to his grandma's house and she's wearing her house coat that like has been washed so many times that it's just see-through, and then just being on PCP and staring at his grandma's enormous bush. So
That's
funny.
awesome. That is so good.
He's like, listen, man, if you a black man over the age of 40 from Washington, D.C., you smoke PCP.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
This was just in weed. Have you ever had like anything weed laced with anything horrific? You didn't have that?
yeah.
People used to say that in high school. Oh, it's laced.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
definitely laced.
No,
Well, I think-
I have had something that was laced before. I assumed what we would
Like
call
chronic?
a mo.
Huh?
What we would call a mo.
A mo?
Yeah, where there would be like a little, like a teensy sprinkling of crack.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
And because I remember
crack.
being like running
Like-
up
like
the
sprinkles.
stairs,
With a
but
lot of
also
energy.
being hungry.
Oh, interesting.
Wow.
The teensy bit of crack really overrode any effects of the weed at all. It was like, yeah, this was like when I was in high school too.
Nice. I've
That
never
sounds
smoked
Indiana as fuck.
Yeah, I was pretty Hoosier.
crack. My we had this friend from college. It wasn't even my friend. It was like your dumb friends pick up dumb friends in college, and you just have to hang out with them.
Yeah.
This kid Ned was just like some rich. I don't know. I think he's from Connecticut. He was like some rich libertarian. And it's like his freshman year of college. He's like one of those young Republicans wearing a bow tie and shit like that. And literally by his sophomore year, or junior year, he was in fucking Baltimore just smoking crack in crack houses. He came to visit us. Like he was like, "Oh, we're just gonna visit. We're just gonna come over and hang out at Tommy's house." And it was like, okay, we would like all hang out on the porch in the summers. And this kid just like parks his car and disappears into a crack house.
Yeah.
And he just came out and he's like, "Tommy, I just smoked crack." And he just tried to fucking, and we just wouldn't let him hang out on the porch. We were like, "No, dude, get the fuck." First, he asked permission to smoke more crack on the porch, and then we were like, "No, dude, get the
No.
fuck out."
Yeah.
And then he became a gay prostitute. He just like
Yeah.
started.
I mean, that's like the career path.
For crack.
That's the art.
So, have you ever seen? I don't know if it's Dope Sick Love. It's one of those fucking heroin documentaries. It was on HBO in like the 90s, where they would just do heroin documentaries.
Was it the HBO Undercover series?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like the kids.
There's some great
The kids that all
documentaries.
did
I've never
heroin
seen
in
that
like
one.
Seattle or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I heard that was like brutal.
Yeah,
Heroin's
they're all
back,
fucking.
right?
Yeah,
I
they're
think
all
it is,
brutal.
Yeah, they don't usually have like happy endings, I
Yeah.
guess.
Well, there's this one kid who's
And then
like
everything
doing.
was fine.
He's doing heroin, and he seems like a normal kid, but he's doing heroin, and they just follow him, and then like. Eventually, he's like getting his dick sucked in a bathroom by this guy for like $20 or whatever. He's like, "Yeah, I don't really like doing it, but you know, it's whatever." and then he gets AIDS at the end of the thing, and he's like, "You know, whatever. I mean, I have it now, so I guess I'm just gonna die of AIDS."
Jesus.
My favorite 90s HBO like undercover documentary was this one called Small Town Ecstasy.
Oh, yeah, with the dad?
I showed it to you, right?
No, I've seen it.
Yeah, I recommend it to everyone. It's on YouTube if you want to watch it.
I
But
haven't
there's
seen it,
this
yeah.
like this Christian middle class dad and like somewhere in like Inland Empire, California.
Yeah, and his son gets him into ecstasy.
Yeah, he's
my
like
God.
going
He's
through a
just trying to
divorce
bond with his son.
Yeah, he's going through a divorce, and the son
This
who's
is
like
why cool
15.
parents are bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
it's
son who's
bad.
like 15 gets the dad into ecstasy, and then the dad's wearing like upside down visors.
Yeah.
and he's got like fucking.
A Dr. Seuss
Yeah,
hat.
Yeah,
he
that's
turns
the
into
best
he
part.
turns into the like
You have a
dude.
pacifier.
He turns into the fucking dude you're getting Adele guy.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's a dad. Yeah, he's wearing like those
Yeah.
those metal ball like choker
No,
necklaces,
really?
and he
Oh,
bleaches his hair.
Jesus.
And then
And he's
at
just-
one point in the documentary, he's having a party because like all of his friends become his like
Son's
17-year-old son's friends, and so he's at like one of his son's friends' apartments, and they're having like an ecstasy party. And then his daughter, who's like 14, and his son, who's 12, are also at the party because he had custody that night.
No.
And they're like, "We want to roll, Dad," and he's like, "No, you're too young to roll." so he's like, "I'm not gonna buy it for you, but I'm gonna put this $20 bill on the counter."
No.
Yeah. And so then they like you see like children rolling, and then obviously this fucking idiot, like there's cameras everywhere.
Yeah, at what point do documentarians have to intervene legally?
Well, I guess he gets in trouble at the end of the documentary. Like
you're just watching someone lose custody of
he
his
loses
kids.
custody, and then he gets out of jail. He gets bailed out. He's like, "Yeah, I'm still gonna go to the rave tonight."
Jesus.
That guy was definitely fucking teenagers also.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because they were all on ecstasy, and, they didn't,
Yeah.
and also he was dressed like what you wore the ball thing. I remember those ball things. I remember exactly what you're talking about.
Those metal ball things.
Yeah, and I remember getting one for like my high school boyfriend when I was like 15.
Yeah, the whole PacSun outfit.
And the ones I got him were like brushed steel, like blue, and I was like, "Hi, I got you blue balls," and he's like, "Yeah, I know, thanks." And I was just like, "No, it's funny." He's like, "It's not funny."
You know, you remember those hookups shirts? Remember
Yeah,
that company?
I want to get one of those.
There's like
with
anime,
like the sexy anime
yeah,
girls.
the anime
No,
girls.
I don't remember.
I
those.
found
It was
one
like
on
a brand.
Etsy the other day.
Yeah, it was like a fucking a late '90s brand. Was like hookups.
Okay, fuck,
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Yeah,
sure,
it might have been a
skate
skateboard
brands.
company.
It was a skate brand. Yeah.
I'm sure like Trash Witch Twitter is all over those. I'm sure those
Yeah.
are back.
Oh yeah, everyone
girl
in LA
boards are
is
big-
wearing
real big.
Thrasher hoodies now.
Oh my god.
That's like the thing.
Remember Girl, the skateboard company Girl?
Yeah.
of course.
That was like real big as far as branding goes.
I used to wear that was like what I wore in high school, skateboard.
Oh, that's
yeah. Did you
I wasn't-
skateboard?
I could ollie.
Yeah.
You know, I could maybe kickflip twice in my life. I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
bad, but that was the aesthetic.
My shit was all like Echo and Foob and like fucking
Fubu?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like no one skate.
What
If you
about
skateboarded? You were gay.
What about South Pole? And,
South Pole? Hell yes.
And NYC
Aniche.
or Aniche, yeah, depending
Aniche,
on
yeah.
who
Oh,
you're
you bet-
talking
I
to.
love the
you better
idea
believe I
of
had
like a
Averex.
young baby-faced Afrocentric star.
Oh yeah, I had lugs. My good shoes were my lugs. boots.
Awesome.
Like I would wear those to church with a South Pole like turtleneck.
Yeah, the turtleneck. Yeah,
Actually, but I was in a weird. It was either that shit, but I also was like into like Tommy Hilfiger.
Oh, but that's also
Tommy
very.
Hilfiger is more early to mid '90s.
But yeah, but I
Yeah.
think this was like there was like a mix of styles, was just like trying to be cool, think black people are cool, and then also try and think like rich Greek people. So like the Tommy Hilfiger was like preppy shit. I had a
Yeah.
very weird and polos. I
But
really loved
Tommy
Hilfiger was on,
that was like
like-
Guess jeans. That was like early '90s.
No, but it was
still
still-
had,
Structure jeans.
it still took
Diesel.
Like they did try and rebrand as an urban brand.
Yeah,
It was
they-
like a big scandal because like all these racist like boat owners were like, I can't believe he's doing this to the brand.
Right,
because
right,
he's like
right.
selling it
Well,
like
because
rappers
he became
and
friends
stuff.
with Mobb Deep. It was Mobb Deep that did it.
Tommy
serious.
Hilfiger was personal friend.
Yeah,
Really?
no, like Prodigy, like said Tommy Hilfiger is
Yeah.
my N word or something. And he
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
no, I
yeah,
remember
cool.
that. Yeah, and he, in his big white tee.
Yo, it's so embarrassing, but when I moved to New York City, for like the first 4 or 5 months, I listened to the Infamous on my phone like every time I was on the train.
Dude,
Yeah.
I
Really?
still listen to that album. It's a fucking
a great
great
It's the
album.
best. I mean, it's the best, but it's like
But soundtracking
you're really
your
gay.
life is
Yeah,
like
of
such a
course.
nerd move. Yeah,
yeah, it's such a nerd move. because
everyone does it.
When you put music on in New York, you feel like you're in a movie.
Yeah.
It's so gay.
really
I
gay.
wish they could see how gay the smile you have right now.
Everyone does it. Whatever.
G train in this song, and I'm
Yeah.
on the G
I
train.
like listening to the Dune. No, sorry, not the Dune. The
audiobook. For
No, the Tron soundtrack, the Daft Punk Tron soundtrack while walking around, and then you just pretend you're like a supervillain waiting to blow up the city.
I don't fucking. What do I listen to? Just sad shit. I listened to Kanye recently. That's all. I don't really. I just fucking keep listening to whatever 4 songs are on my Spotify.
I just got into the Rolling Stones.
Wow.
Yeah, I had never really got
Should I
into them
look up?
before. They're pretty
Nah.
good. The fun thing about listening to the Rolling Stones
Rolling Stones
is that
they're
you
pretty good.
you already know all the songs,
yeah.
even if you weren't a fan.
Nah, I can't listen to that shit
They've been
anymore,
in
dude.
like the radioactive background of our
I've s-
culture for
right.
like, yeah.
Jake had a tweet that was about.
I've seen enough Scorsese.
Yeah.
The original title, "Brown Sugar," was "Black Pussy," which is so funny.
That's not a
Black
joke.
pussy.
That's not a joke.
I know. It's, I mean, that's what the song's
actually
about.
true.
Wait, the name of the song was "Black
Like
Pussy"?
that, that Black Pussy was like what originally Mick Jagger was singing, and they were like joke laughing about it. And then they're like, well, let's make it something.
No way.
Oh wow,
That's Yes. awesome.
That's a much better song.
Black Pussy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if everyone knows what you're talking about, what's the point of euphemism?
No, it's
because they're artists.
it's cute. It's like flirty if you're being
Brown
euphemistic.
sugar, the way your lips are bigger than mine. Oh, brown sugar,
Oh fuck, dude.
they got an extra bone.
This goes into like eugenics.
You put the calipers on her head.
You sound like Cosby right now.
I can't really do him. I can only do Cosby. You just do Cosby for every impression.
Every impression.
Did you see Donald Trump last night? I don't know who ISIS is, but if they come around here, you better believe I'm gonna give them what for. You've been fighting ISIS your whole life.
Woo.
The
Yeah.
debates.
The debate. So, first off, yes, Queen. Second off,
That gif of Hillary shimmy.
the fire of dragons, Khaleesi, coming in.
Yes, Khaleesi.
Clinton. Yes, Khaleesi.
In
Coming
fact,
in
Donald,
with the
you're
zingers.
what I like to call a trumped-up faggot. Line of the night.
My friend Anna had the best tweet from the thing because Hillary was trying to make fetch happen with the trumped up trickle down.
Yeah,
That's
that
what
was-
I like to call it. And
sucks.
my friend Anna said trumped up trickle down is what I'd call my vaginal discharge.
Fuck, that sucked. That was the one thing where it was like.
That
it's
was-
also she did beat whatever. Like Trump looked crazy or whatever, but just imagine Obama going at that would have been so awesome to watch.
Sorry to bro it up, boys, but I just wish
the burn
my
dog.
man's the burn dog.
Yeah,
right.
Donnie Casino, baby.
That would have been
Why
awesome.
didn't you come
Bernie-
through?
Bernie would have been great.
Bernie would have been so me too.
He would have been a
Oh,
champ.
Bernie.
You, my friend, are a buffoon. I cannot take you seriously standing on the stage.
He just kept saying wrong. That was the best part. Wrong.
Oh, the interruptions. The interruptions.
How about when he claimed?
Okay, I'm sure you're going to blame me for everything that happened. Why not?
Yeah,
Why not?
Why not? And he got a laugh. He did get a laugh.
He
at the
got a
room.
laugh for that.
I laughed.
It was really funny.
we were
Like, this monster is so much more. He's just better on his toes.
But it really was awesome when he
Yeah.
he
He didn't
that
pay
thing.
any money in federal taxes. That means I'm smart.
And you know what? It does. That's literally what the
About tax
economy
evasion.
incentivizes businessmen to do.
Right.
Exactly.
You built this economy. You for Christ's sake,
And
he's smart.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
he's dumb fucking meathead, but of course he did that.
Here's my thing about Trump.
Oh, okay,
So,
okay. Hold on.
Here's
Here's
his
my-
hot take.
Guys, hold on.
I'm prefacing it.
All right,
I'm
go ahead,
prefacing
go
with
ahead.
my thing.
Shh, everyone.
I was talking about this earlier this morning at breakfast. How don't you think his whole thing with the fabulous and the big and the gold and even the hair,
Kind of gay.
it's so gay.
Yeah, it's pretty
It's kind of gay.
But
yeah.
is it only because he has that wife?
But it's
why?
anachronistic gay. It's like Liberace gay.
Yeah.
It's gay from
It's-
another era.
Bros
Right.
are kind of gay though.
No,
He's
but
just a bro.
No, he's not a bro. He's a fucking
He's
rich
too
man.
fancy,
Everything
though.
has to be gold. That's
Right,
not gay
right. But
as
it-
much as it is foppish.
I want
Yeah.
flower arrangements
But it appeals-
on every floor. He's like,
right.
yeah.
Have you
But
seen
it
his
appeals
apartment?
to Monster Energy
Yeah, it's just-
guys.
it's just
It's
gold.
ridiculous.
Why do they think he's macho and cool?
Because
How does that
machismo is
work?
not a concrete concept.
What's
Yeah,
that?
dude.
Because machismo is not a concrete concept.
I think it's the wife.
First of all, you have to be Spanish.
no, he was like that
He did
before
do
the wife.
machismo.
But he had other ones.
there's probably some, Eastern European influence on the decor there, but
No, he's always been like that. I mean,
He's
even
always been like that.
I mean, I think that's they give him a pass for sort of.
oh,
his,
you think that's
'cause he's got a
why they
wife?
think
No.
he's
For,
like,
not?
the fairness.
No, they
Yeah.
just
No,
wanna be
it's just
rich.
No, he's he's like
masculinity is not stagnant.
he's-
Have you seen what Israelis think butch is?
Oh yeah. It's
So,
super gay.
Yeah,
he's like
masculinity is not a stagnant
It's a
concept.
New York thing. Fucking mobsters go
Right,
around in
right.
Yeah.
velour tracksuits
All
and everything has to be
Italians are
soft. They get
kinda
their
gay.
fingers manicured. Yeah, they get use skin products and shit, and then
Right,
they murder
right.
people at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a
I
mafia.
know
thing.
a very vain, I'll just say a Latino sports journalist, line item, who gets manicures every fucking 2 weeks.
Who is it?
Yeah, I'm not telling.
Latino.
It's
sports
Mario
journalist?
Lopez.
Yeah,
It's definitely
Mario
Dan-
Lopez.
Dan
Mario
Levin-
Lopez is his own
Levitar.
line of
Dan
No,
underwear.
and he's like a
What?
very butch,
Underwear.
go out and get it guy, but He loves
is it that
having
guy
fingernails.
Is it the guy from the Bill Simmons thing? Shay, what's his name?
No.
Shea Serrano.
Now I want to know who it is.
It's just like you can kind of make up
Yeah, you
like
can do
what
whatever you want.
Butch is contextually.
I don't know.
That's basic Judith Butler, Adam.
think-
Jesus Christ.
My
get your
favorite,
shit together.
my
That's
favorite Butch
performativity.
lesbians are the ones that are like the sad teenage boys.
yeah, with that fucking
Yeah,
bowl
the
cut.
shaved head,
yeah.
well, the shaved head, and then the
shaved
wife
head.
beater. But then they're always like, smoking
sad.
cigarettes on an overpass,
Right,
like that kind of move. Like,
right.
you got to get out of this town. Come on, Sharon, let's get out of this town. Let's go somewhere else.
Have you seen the girl that lives in the like kind of flop housey place next to the on the block at the end of the block next to the she'll just be there in like wife beaters and like basketball shorts, and she'll just smoke blunts.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
next to the police station, and she's the only woman that's ever catcalled me. And I was like
She's like,
running.
what's your name? Let's get out of this town. Let's go
I was
somewhere.
like running
York?
by because I was late for something, and she just like, "What's your hurry, bubble butt?"
Damn.
Did it
yeah,
work?
lesbians
Are
are
you guys
real
dating?
aggressive.
Yeah, she's my girlfriend now. But this one in particular is like she's like an alpha lesbian.
Oh yeah, plenty of lesbians I'm very scared
I
of.
remember as a teenager, there was these like, it was these lesbian. They were friends. They weren't like, but they were very masculine, like Latina or like black Latina.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just violent criminals.
Yeah.
There was a ton of those girls,
Yeah,
like black
100%.
lipstick,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
long ass hair, Dickies, like open flannel shirt, wife beater. That was like the
well,
uniform.
they're like
Well, that's a cholo.
There was
they're
a
like
ton
chola
of those in my
butches.
high school, yeah.
and a lot of those like are like the aesthetics are very gang oriented. A few of them have to be in actual gangs.
I almost got my ass beat when I was a freshman by one of those girls. And she's like, "Why are you looking at me?" And I was like, "I'm not looking anywhere."
Oh, hilarious!
I'm not looking in
the
any
mad real
particular
world
direction.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the why you looking
My
at me?
eyes are very far
That's such a-
apart. I can't help
That's such a day one prison kind of thing. Like
Absolutely.
I don't know what to say. I don't know where my eyes are going. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, my favorite kind of lesbian is like the Charlie Sheen from 2.5 Men lesbians.
Oh, the
That are just like
pimps?
wearing bowling shirts. They just have comb overs and shit.
The Kevin James lesbians.
yeah, Kevin James. That's pretty
there
funny
are
stuff.
no I know this from like my lesbian friends. There are apparently no butches in New York, and a lot of them are like transitioning. So like there's running out of butches, and
Oh, because they're transitioning.
You can get
Yeah.
anything in New York City except the bull dyke. What did they tell you? It is not a bull market.
a good dyke is hard to find.
Slice of pizza at 2 a.m. Sure. Dyke with a short haircut. Hard pressed, pal.
But my stepsister, who like I knew was a lesbian at like 16.
Yeah.
And I remember like my mom being very concerned and being like, she doesn't like wear girls' clothes, and I wonder if she's insecure. I'm like, Mom, she's probably gay. And
Right.
she's like, oh, Amber. My mom's not homophobic. She's like, oh, Amber, she's not gay.
Right,
Like, she
right.
has a flat top, for fuck's sake.
right. You
But
just
she
like,
just
yeah,
sold
you
all of
Winslow.
her possessions except the power tools. Those are staying with a friend.
Awesome.
And she bought a motorcycle, and she's like riding cross country. And I'm like, you need to come to New York where you will clean up.
Get her up here. I'm gonna start saying I'm a lesbian. Could that work?
Oh my God, there's such a dearth of butches.
You think
Well,
that
that's you
work?
could be one of those trans people that doesn't really change their appearance, but then demands that feminists have sex with them. Like lesbian feminists.
Yeah, what better way to prove that you're not a man than to say you owe me sex?
Yeah, I identify as a woman.
I was walking
and I'm a lesbian.
I was walking the dog like 2 days ago, and there were these two. Like, there's a couple, and they're pretty butch, and they were walking their Rottweiler, and my dog
Rottweiler?
sort of squared up to their dog, and I was like, "Oh, is that a pit?" Because I know nothing about dogs, and they're like, "No, it's a Rottie." And they're like squaring up. I was like, all right, well, we should get out of here. I don't want them to fight. And then they're like, they're just trying to see who the dominant bitch is.
And your dog is not
Yeah.
a bitch. You're doing like a sweetie pie, right?
That's
with other dogs, she can sort of be a dominant bitch.
yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it used to be a fight dog.
She
used to
always.
be a
Remember
fight
that
dog,
time she
yeah.
fucking like flipped on the leash? That was hilarious.
Yeah,
Trying to fight someone.
She could fuck up.
So those two women, that's probably their life every day.
It's trying to figure out who the dominant bitch is.
Come on, Ice. Let's go home and eat the dog's pussy.
Do they just wake up and fist fight every morning, and whoever wins
Should we
gets
just
to,
start
gets
off with
their pussy eaten?
a Kimbo Slice style bare knuckle brawl.
Maybe they do Ultimate Surrender. Have you guys ever watched that porn?
Yeah.
Where it's like, have we talked about this?
No, we did. We talked about it off mic.
Off mic, we've talked
But I told you
about
my friend Judah went to that at the kink.com armory in San Francisco.
Yeah. Oh, right. Do you know Ultimate Surrender, Nick?
No.
It's a fucking porn. It's a type of porn where
It's from kink.com. You know kink.com?
No.
They're the ones that own the armory. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like the Silicon Valley porn.
Well,
Yeah.
this Ultimate Surrender is like lesbians fight each other in a wrestling
Oh wait,
match.
wrestling, yeah, and the
And-
one that everyone wins apparently.
Whoever
at
wins-
the end.
There's a gay one too.
Huh?
There's two men doing
There's a
it,
gay
yeah.
one too, but the one I've spent more time with is Ultimate Surrender with women, and the loser gets fucked with a strap on or whatever. Pretty nice.
Yeah, the
type
Kink.com has like a lot of
You know fuck machines?
Yeah, they have fuck machines.
I have a Sawzall, so I could make a fuck machine now. That's what they use. They use a Sawzall with a dildo on the front. It's a very simple design.
Dude, let's make a fuck machine.
Yeah, you need a basement, Nick.
Yeah.
Can we get
My
sponsored by sex toys?
Yeah.
My friend went
I'll
to
reach
that.
out to them and see what they say.
Dude, let's get sponsored by Fleshlight.
Kath did a show where they got sponsored by sex toys, and they brought in a bunch of free
Yeah,
shit.
Fleshlight sponsors like
Yeah.
a bunch of comedy shit, so I'm sure.
Hell yeah, dude.
Sure, I could sell
And
something
apparently,
out of
at
it.
the end of it, like guys were just walking up, grabbing things from the goodie bag, just like she's like, apparently that's destigmatized now. She's like, free.
Nice. Just dildos or everything?
No, like fleshlights.
Oh, fleshlights.
But there was like a vibrator there too, and she's like, "Well, everyone else is fucking grabbing one."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grab one. Why not? Wouldn't it be funny to just have like a chest of sex? Like,
You know, what'd be funny is if you got a fleshlight and then a dildo, and then you lubed up the fleshlight and like fucked the fleshlight with the dildo, and then beat off to that.
You just like pistoning. You're just really
watch
turned
that.
on by pistoning.
It's like watching people have sex, dude. This is great. You beat off to the idea of jacking off the porn.
King.com actually has like a lot of has a really high profile with Marxists, because apparently when they do their orgy scenes, they like don't pay the people that watch, and so like the argument is that they're extras and they should receive an extra pay.
That's
so all these
hilarious.
Marxists have like these long debates about what constitutes labor in an orgy porn.
Right.
you could argue that they're seeing a show for free.
Yeah, so that's Kink.com's argument. But
I think that's reasonable.
But if they're being recorded and they're a part of, they take up a large portion of the screen time, because like a lot of what people are beating off to are the spectators.
Sure.
So it's kind of it's an interesting
I
debate.
can see that.
It's
My
an
friend
interesting
went to
Marxist debate.
went to the gay
Well,
Ultimate
Marxist now.
Surrender thing like live, and he said the first 5 minutes were so fun. Like him and all his friends were like, they had popcorn, they were like throwing popcorn, they were like getting really into it and cheering. And he's like, after 5 minutes, it just turned so sad. He's like, these guys were actually getting the shit beaten out of them. One dude started to bleed, and he was
my
like,
God.
there was this tiny. They had to stop it multiple times because one dude passed out from exhaustion.
What?
Yeah, and he
Wait,
said,
they're really fighting? Like they're trying to win?
yeah, they're really
I
fighting.
don't think
actually.
the lesbians are really fighting.
No, I don't think so either.
This is what he told me, and he said that there was a small Vietnamese man who is the director, and he was just shouting because after the fight, the two guys were like completely exhausted, and then they still had to fuck.
They should call it Kumite, but it's spelled with a C.
Yeah.
I just watched Kumite. It was awesome.
Apparently, this like
blood's
small
Cum Sport? How about we make a movie called Cum Sport and we get that Vietnamese guy?
Hell yeah.
The only thing I want in the movie, my only request, is you get the big-faced Chinese guy from Bloodsport that goes, "Okay, USA." That guy should be in every scene.
God, the deaths in that movie are so funny.
Yeah, I just
that
love
movie
how
is the most racist movie.
it's
of
so
all
great.
time.
Yeah, they're like, next up, Scotland versus Africa, and the Scotland guy's like throwing Lucky Charms all over the ring. And wearing masks.
Africa's literally a monkey.
Yeah, he's just jumping around like a monkey. He's doing Mr. Peepers from SNL or whatever. He's just chewing that apple and spitting it out. Yeah.
And it's so easy to kill someone in that movie. It's like one chop to the neck, and then they're like, oh, slow mo falling, and they're dead.
Yeah.
How did
he has to get that bandana back from Bolo Yang? I forget the name of the bad guy's name in that movie, but the actor who became famous because he was like the only bodybuilder in China.
Right? He's a Chinese guy.
Yeah, that guy Bolo Yang.
Now they're dominating
Chinese
the
I reckon
weightlifting in Olympics.
Yeah.
Really?
China.
Yeah.
Really? We had a
they
couple.
kill it.
Greece had a nice run
In the
where we were
90s,
just
that guy, what's his...
Spiros Demas.
Demas, yeah.
well,
he was a beast.
But he was just doing steroids.
Oh, really?
Like it's just all the Greek heroes were just Albanians that they
guy,
found on the border. That they pumped full of steroids.
He was like... he was like 170 pounds or
Greece.
some shit, and he could lift like 500 pounds over his head.
Yeah, we had, but they were all literally everyone but him was just a fucking Albanian that they were like, all right, or like a Kazakh or some border, and they just pumped them full of fucking.
The top guy now, the Reza or whatever, that fucking Rezaza, some stupid Iranian name. It looks like absolute shit.
Yeah,
It's just this
got
fat
a unibrow.
He's this fat dumbass with a unibrow.
Yeah.
And he can like put a car over his head.
It's crazy. Just powerlifters look like fat, sloppy.
Well, powerlifters look even worse. The Olympic lifters are usually pretty trim because they have like, well, if they're anything less than like heavyweight or whatever,
right.
they do have to keep that in mind.
But the heavyweights all just look so fucking. It's crazy how fat. But those guys could probably just crush your skull.
Yeah,
just fucking old.
Well, they're
school.
good at two
strong
specific.
fat is hot. I'm glad that's making a comeback.
They're good
strong
at
fat guys.
two
Yeah, that's what I'm
specific
trying to get to
movements.
be.
That's all Olympic weightlifters do is two things.
Really?
Yeah, it's they snatch and then they do the clean and jerk, and those are the two lifts that they can do.
Oh, that's crazy because I clean and jerk when I see some snacks.
Yeah. I usually jerk,
Wait, I
but
don't
I don't clean.
Oh, you jerk and clean?
I don't clean.
Dude, I want to be a strong fat guy so bad.
Just go to the gym, you stupid bitch.
It just takes so much time, dude.
It
Yeah,
does.
sit on the train. I fucking hate
I gotta
that
fucking
shit.
do curl. I should just do curls. Just have big ass biceps for no reason.
Yeah.
Just all day doing curls.
I mean, that's like people are like, they make fun of like guys who are like, oh, these are all. That's what I love on like fitness forums. There'll be a guy that just started doing starting strength 2 weeks ago, and he's like, yeah, I'm not one of these dudes that just does curls at the gym. I'm a guy that found out about exercising 2 weeks ago.
Right,
He's now an asshole on the internet.
I know. I love when people are like, "Oh, it's all cosmetic lifting." It's like, yeah, I want to look good.
Right,
That's why I'm going to the
Yeah.
fucking
Retard.
gym.
Imagine like working out for any other reason than wanting to look hot.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous
That's
to me.
absurd.
Yeah.
I want to fucking look like.
If there was
bouncer.
a drug I could take that took like maybe only 2 years off my life, it would give me like my ideal physique immediately.
Oh, so
Immediately.
A lot of it is like starting strength like changed a lot of shit. It got, like made it very easy for regular people to get in the gym, and you do see progress, but it doesn't make you look any better.
Right.
It just
You're
makes you,
stronger.
yeah, because you're doing
Women
15,
are getting really into weightlifting now,
Yeah.
particularly because
CrossFit.
no, not just CrossFit, but like post birth, apparently the best thing to do to get your pussy back is
I'm listening. Kegels.
squats. No, not Kegels. Kegels are okay, but like the better thing to do is to do body weight squats and like low weight squats. And
Tighten that thing
gets
up.
all the pelvic floor muscles like back in tip top shape.
That
And, like, in
explains
other
why I
countries-
come when I squat.
in other countries, like in France, they like actually have like
Yeah, they do a lot of gay
postpartum-
shit there.
Postpartum like
Pussy
rehab
lifts.
for women, and one of the things is like a pussy doctor.
Have you
That's
seen
like
that Chinese
we
guy?
are going to get your pussy back.
That old
And,
Chinese
like, they
monk?
recommend squats.
That
Whoa.
Buddhist Chinese monk that fucking like just hangs weights from his dick, and he's got like a class he teaches where he'll like tie like 500 pounds to his dick and then lift it up with his
That's
dick.
not a skill though. That's just being elastic.
Yeah,
that's not.
There's videos because I remember on that show,
Does
like,
that make your
remember
dick
Max TV
better?
or Maximum Exposure that became Real TV? Or maybe I don't know if that's true or not. But yeah, they had like one I think where it was that old Chinese guy and he's like just walking backwards, pulling a fucking semi with his dick. Tied to the front of the truck. And everyone in China is like, yeah, good that you do this.
Dude, there's also a lady who puts like a fucking an egg, like a jade egg in her pussy and lifts weights with it. Have you seen her?
No.
That's
Also China?
No, just some like weird Russian bitch in like California or something. She just lifts weights with her and she'll just like be on the beach with like weights hanging out and just walking around. It's like in her pussy. It's pretty.
Goddamn, I want to fuck her so bad.
Just like a tampon.
She's got a very exactly,
but like with charms.
Oh yeah. Seriously, but like yeah, and apparently she just has like a real strong pussy.
That's
like she could
awesome.
like crush your dick.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, again, you get it from squats. That's why women are.
Well, you get it from sticking a jade egg in your pussy.
They're pelvic muscles. Same thing with lifting. And
that's
squatting.
the next CrossFit phase.
Pussy
it's like, welcome to the egg box. Here's our WOD. Everybody grab a jade egg and shove it in their ass.
I'd like to. My dream is that there's a woman somewhere who's like real strong, who like works out a lot, and she hates fat people so much that her sexual compulsion is just fucking a fat man and like calling him a piece of shit.
Stop! I know like 2 of those girls.
Could you hook me up with them, please?
Yeah.
Could you show them my Instagram?
It's like this fantasy. Like there's a girl that hates the men she fucks. Boy, where could I ever find that?
But she's got to hate fat people specifically.
I've literally never had sex with someone that likes me. I've only had sex with people.
No,
that
they
hate
all
me.
like me. That's my problem so far. I want to get real.
Yeah,
can't
you
get
have
turned
that.
on
You
by
have
that.
that terrible charisma.
Yeah, I'm just. Everyone wants to like pinch my cheeks. They only fuck me because they think I'm like cute, like a teddy bear.
Yeah.
It's like part of the deal. It's like I guess I'll fuck him.
Yeah.
And then we go back to hugging after that.
I told you I was looking up that autistic girl, right? Fucking like a year and a half
I think
ago.
I only hook up with autistic.
Yeah. No, this girl was so fucking mean. She was like so rude. She's like, that's weird that you're a comedian because you're not very funny at all. I'm like, well, I didn't fucking ask you, you bitch, or whatever. And then, like, you know, I would like show her things and she's like, I don't enjoy this. And she's like, this made me laugh a lot. And she showed me a thing that made her laugh one time and it was just a Pine Sol commercial. She's like, I have to show you this. This made me laugh. She's like, isn't this funny? And it wasn't funny. And then I remember one time, like, I was trying to watch.
Appreciate that honesty.
I was trying to watch No Country for Old Men, and she's like, this movie sucks. And it was like 5 minutes in. I'm like, you're fucking absolutely wrong. It's like,
it's an incredible
amazing
movie.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. There's
it's just really boring. And she had like Oreos or whatever, and above the fridge. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take some of these Oreos. And then she's like, or no, I think I said something like, do you mind if I have one of these Oreos? You know, like, just, of course, you're fucking, you know, seeing somebody. They're not going to mind if you eat their Oreos. I was like, can I have one of these Oreos? She was like, you can have 1 or 2. You know, I think she was being, like, gracious or whatever.
Oreos don't grow on trees.
So I had 1, and she was like, did you have 1? You're allowed to have 1 more. She, like, made a point. So she went in the bathroom, and I, like, passively aggressively shoved, like, 7 Oreos in my mouth.
Wait, you were dating and this?
I love
we were
that you
never dating. This was
resentfully
like someone
ate
I
a
hooked up with
sleeve
like
of
three
Oreos.
times maybe.
Gotcha.
I didn't know, but I remember like at one time I was like arguing with her. I was like, "You realize you're fucking autistic, right? You're like an autistic person. You're just an attractive woman, and that's why like no one's ever told you that." And she's like, "No, I'm not." And she's like, "My mom's a psychologist. I think I would know if I was autistic or whatever." I'm like, "Whatever. I mean, you're rude as shit. You don't pick up on social cues. I saw you walk around on the balls of your feet one time." And like, she's like, "That's because I used to dance." I'm like, "Yeah, but you're not dancing right now.
Right.
I used to
fucking
dance.
walking
I
in the
don't
bathroom.
walk around on the balls.
Yeah,
of my
yeah."
feet.
I'm like,
Wait, is that an autistic trait?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. They walk like that.
They like the sensory feeling of it. I think
The only way they know how to feel.
Yeah. Haven't you ever seen like autistic kids that sort of like bounce around like this?
Like Phil?
Yeah.
They bounce.
There's something about like the novelty of like a altered mobility or
Yeah.
something.
Really?
That's
Anyhow, so
enjoyable.
we didn't talk for like 2 weeks after that, and then I get a text from her like randomly that's like, apparently I was diagnosed high functioning autistic when I was 4. And I was like, I knew it. I fucking knew it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. No, she sucked.
Do you?
But you
I've
hot?
said this to you
Yeah.
before, but do
Them
you think
titties
that
ain't suck. No.
do you think the propensity of like the higher, maybe it's overdiagnosed now? They took Asperger's out of the DSM, but I think like a lot.
The dick sucking
maybe
manual?
this is maybe this is
Adam reads that
anecdotal.
book every single morning.
I read it every morning.
Ooh, they got a new dick sucking manual. The dick sucking manual 6.
How else do you know
What
how
to do with
how
the
to suck
balls?
dick? I think that there is some sort of correlation between being on the spectrum
And
and
transness?
polyamory.
No, I'm and like kink and shit like that.
I think polyamory
Yeah,
specifically.
here's the thing: like,
Well-
sex is and sexuality are a function of the way you process information. They're not entirely like your primitive, like
Yeah.
Right,
animal
right.
brain. There's no reason to think that there's no way that any of that could not influence the way you have sex.
Right.
I think it's a good point, whatever, but I think it's also funny. One time Adam was talking about this theory about, like, I think if you're autistic, you're into poly and you're kink.
I think you
and
can
but
be
remember,
more-
but no. We were at that party that
Yeah.
Brandon's thing,
Oh,
and he's
God.
saying this to some guy whose brother was autistic, and his girlfriend was
But he was
poly, and he
interested.
wasn't into it. So, like, Adam picked the guy who was the most offended by this theory.
Well, he wasn't
possibly.
offended by it. He was
a
like
lot of
interested in
argument
what
now
I was
is, like,
saying.
you're more likely to be trans if you're
Really?
yeah, or you're more likely to be on the
There's
spectrum if you
comorbidity
are
between
trans.
being retarded and being trans.
But part of that might be a representation issue because there's so many trans people in tech right now, like trans
Right,
women
yeah.
specifically.
Oh yeah, I was saying, I just thought trans meant a woman that knew how to program. An ugly woman that knew how to use a computer.
Trons.
Yeah.
ugly woman that knew how to use a
I was laughing about like a trans person that's also like, you know, old New York money or like a Boston Brahmins, you know, they're like,
Yeah.
I'm trans.
Trons.
So I'm transgendered. They have that accent.
It's pretty
I'm
good.
trans. I was saying that for like 4 hours one day.
Are those people still around? Do we just never interact?
The Boston
Well, Edward
Brahmins?
Herman died, and that was the last one.
What's the?
He was
What
the
is it?
dad on Gilmore Girls.
Boston
He's also the
Brahmin
voice of
was
the
like
Dodge
this,
Durango.
was this like rich
Yeah, it was the old Boston
vernacular?
accent before. It's
Was it-
it's
what is
a
it,
vernacular?
accent.
Yeah. No,
but it's like
vernacular's
there's a
words.
different word. It's not
Dialect?
vernacular.
Dialect.
Dialect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Amber.
Yeah.
Wait, that's what Boston people used to sound like before. It was like white trash.
Yeah, before
It was
all
like
this-
I'm from Boston.
Yeah, it's like Mr. Feeney on
Mr. Feeney, exactly.
Really?
on
Yeah.
Boy Meets World is
Mr. Matthews.
Get the fuck out
Yeah,
of here.
yeah, William
So that's how
Daniels-
like
William Daniels says
Sam
it.
Adams and shit talked.
Yeah, either that or the closest accent to like a colonial Virginian accent is the Virginia Tidewater accent, or specifically
That's
like
fucked up sounding.
specifically a Tangiers accent. And the Boston Brahmins and the Tangiers accent are the two oldest accents in North
Really?
America. And a Tangiers accent sounds like ridiculous. It's like an
Whoa.
old school like Cornish hillbilly accent.
Damn, I want to.
And that's how like, you know, George Washington probably
Oh,
talked.
I want to fuck. I'm gonna
Because they all didn't have teeth either.
Right,
so,
right,
yeah,
right.
it's like the British guy is
Where's that? That's from East Virginia and North Carolina.
Well, it's fishing islands off the coast
Oh,
of
I've heard
Virginia.
island accents. They sound insane. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
They
in the
call them island
Yeah,
accents
in the
if you're in
Carolinas they have
Virginia,
those like
Gullah
gullas.
Gullah.
Yeah, they've got
Yeah.
gullas.
Gullah Gullah Island. Dude.
Yeah. Me and my friend Brendan used to laugh all the time at this. Somebody translated the New Testament into Gullah, and it's like offered online. And if you like Google the Gullah New Testament, and
That's
they have
awesome.
excerpts from it, and it's like Jesus going come down and break the bread with the other dudes, and they're going to have a
Yeah.
big dinner now. But one of the dudes ain't going to do no good to Jesus, so he's come by and say, do this. Why going to do this to me?
Wait.
Start him up, baby.
My
Put him
friend
on
Enrique
across.
sent that to me, and he's Jamaican. And for
Yeah.
like weeks afterward, he would just go Jesus, and just yell it.
I had a roommate in college from Jamaica. Is a white guy from Jamaica, and his grandfather was the owner
slaves?
of Beaches and Sandals Resorts.
What?
Fucking loaded.
So was he rich as hell?
Imagine being
He
a
was
foot
rich as
fetish
hell.
guy that finds out about sandals and he just gets
Sandals
it all
resort.
wrong. He's like, what? Let me book that trip.
I'm gonna need an all-inclusive.
But
He's just taking pictures of other tourists' feet. He's like, stop taking pictures of my wife's feet. He's like, sir, it was in the name.
You know what you
False
signed up for.
Yeah.
But he sounded like I guess he got sent to like northeastern like prep schools like Deerfield or some shit. So when you were talking to him, he just sounded like just talk normal. But he'd get a call on his phone and he'd be like, "Hear me now, hear me." Like the second like someone would call, yeah. Even he'd speak like a patois to his parents, his like rich ass family.
Yeah, I think West Indians code switch more fluidly than any other.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Like they will like literally turn to you and be like, "Oh, excuse me," and then like turn to their mother and just like it's unintelligible.
Did you know that?
How about this? Breast Indians. You know what I'm talking about?
Them big ass titties, boy. Did you know that there's a ton of Chinese people in Jamaica?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just like mostly like
A friend of his
That is the
also went to
funniest
college
shit
with
I've
us.
ever heard in my entire life.
like it's just a bunch of Chinese people, dude. Like having restaurants.
Oh,
shit,
yeah,
talking
Bob
like-
Murray. Bob Murray.
Me rock a Rastafari.
Oh, man, this is the best word.
Rastafarian.
Rastafari.
It's Rastafarian, lollipop,
Lollipop. Rastafarian lollipop.
railroad. That's a good one.
Naomi
yeah.
Campbell is
And
like half
historical.
Chinese Jamaican.
Huh?
Naomi
Really?
Campbell is half
She
Chinese
is?
Jamaican. Yeah.
Ooh. It's gotta be a mix to be really sexy as hell.
Yeah, how cruel is it that they made them make railroads? They're done. They can't
couldn't
even say it. They can't even appreciate their work by saying what they did.
I would say we were joking around like a couple months ago about how there was like there had to have been a couple like aspie dudes like working on the transcontinental railroad that were like this rules.
Autistic Chinese guys.
Like Chinese like slaves like Asperger's guys that were just like I don't know what everyone's complaining about. This is awesome.
Well, I was always laugh about that with like the guys in the Holocaust. You know,
Oh, the train guys.
autistic guys. They're like, get on the train. They're like, yes, sir.
Choo choo.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, the IDF had some tweet that was like all the ways the autistic people contribute to the military or whatever.
Oh,
And I was like, all the way as autistic soldiers contribute to
Yes.
the military. And I like quoted it, and I was like, yeah, who do you think drove the trains to Auschwitz or whatever? And then I had to delete it because
yeah, that's
that one
tough.
was too much.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah.
I heard you're doing a blue podcast
Yeah.
now. I heard
Yeah,
you
what's
working
all
at
this
Cody.
cum
cum
stuff you're
stuff.
doing?
What's all this cum stuff?
But no, that's hilarious. The train crossover.
Yeah.
So many historical disasters. That makes you think that probably Hitler was autistic. I love when
No,
autistic
he was
people.
just on tons of speed all the time.
Autistic
Yeah, he
people
was
try
on
to
drugs
claim
for sure.
famous
Yeah, when you
historical
see,
figures.
Yeah.
Olympia, which is like a very distracting Olympics movie because they keep panning to Hitler.
Oh yeah, about
here's
the
the javelin, and here's Hitler, and he's just like
Jittering?
jittery as shit.
with like Jesse Owens and shit. That
yeah,
one.
it's totally worth it to watch. By the way, the Jesse Owens things because he's a superior athlete to every other athlete there. It's insane.
Incredible,
It's like everyone
yeah.
there is like malnourished.
Right,
he's
right,
the
right.
only athlete.
yeah.
He's just fucking a specimen. Who do you think are the most famous historically retarded people?
Okay, Darwin's son.
Charles Darwin's son?
Yeah, his son was retarded.
Oh, that's right. Because people always pointed out to like why
Yeah.
social Darwinism is not real.
Yeah. The Russians. Entire Russian
Just like jokes on my
royal
coffee.
family.
That's true.
It is funny how fucking... Did they ever... Is there any historical one that they claim specifically? I do love when just everyone's like, oh no, that guy was one of
Yeah.
us.
Well, no, they would just
They
kill.
can't-
They would just snuff
You
him
would
out.
kill,
yeah,
yeah.
If you had a kid that was like Down syndrome and you were famous, the kid's going right.
Literally in like the fucking Spartan, like the 300
They
Spartans.
would just let him
they
starve
would,
to death.
No, they had a place you took. They had like a ditch you threw retarded children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You just like if they were born and they were like had a fucked up
Jesus.
hand or were retarded.
That's
right
your
in the fucking-
heritage,
You just
dude.
throw them.
Yeah, and one, bitch.
They did find some like ancient burial site, I think last year, where they found like maybe like a 14-year-old child that was like clearly severely like physically and mentally disabled that had been cared for the entire life, and it was like this. It's like this very nice thing. It's like, oh well, we do have an impulse not to just crush everything and destroy it if it's fucked up,
Right.
But also. Bring in a lot of industrial capitalism that goes right out the fucking window.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
How funny
right
is
in
it
the
though?
ditch.
Historically, you could just be like a samurai that specializes in killing retarded children. Just travel the Japanese countryside. They're like, these are your child, they're retarded.
Well, there are the women
It looks
You
like
have
the
to give-
kid is there, but then you just blow on it and it goes in 8 pieces.
It's like Resident Evil when they go through that laser hallway. And the kid's like, oh, and then he just falls apart. And then you have to give that guy rice or something.
there are those women that they used to call like that would take a fee for like, we're gonna rehome your child and find them a good home, and then they would just throw it in the river.
Yeah.
Holy
all those
shit.
Catholic nuns.
Yeah.
There's like Irish Catholic nuns. that
And they
just
made
fucking-
a killing off of it. Like they would charge a lot of
Holy
money for it.
shit.
Yeah, and then this is like a career that has existed for terrible women in like every country.
Right,
Like as
right,
recently
right.
as 200 or like even 100 years ago.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
No, they'll put
Damn.
like ash in a baby's mouth and suffocate it if it's unwanted.
Ash will
Yeah.
do that? That'll suffocate a baby?
Yeah. Put a bunch of
Damn.
ashes in its mouth.
It would probably suffocate you too.
Yeah.
Really? Not me. I'm strong. I'm strong as hell.
I'm going to die
I'll
no,
eat that
no
shit.
fucking baby.
Huh?
I'm not going to die like no fucking baby.
I could die like no gay ass baby. Yo. It's going to take a lot more than a little ash kill my ass, yo.
Yeah, I read some book about there's
She'll
like
probably get me high, yeah.
bush people that are like the most preserved.
Right.
They're like the
Koza.
No, it's like
Ngoza.
yeah.
Ngoza.
Yeah, I don't know how to
Ngoza.
pronounce it, but there's a
Nelson
click in the middle.
Mandela's Ngoza.
Yeah, it's K exclamation point.
It's XHOSA.
No, then it's a different one. This one's like K. They're like bush people
Yeah,
that
yeah.
There
still.
probably isn't a consistent spelling for this. 'Cause they're probably not big on the alphabet.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
South
this-
Africa.
yeah. So they're African, and they're like the best preserved example of like what human beings were like 10,000 years ago.
Oh, wow.
They like they just don't invent anything, and they have no. They don't have agriculture or anything.
Whoa.
They like hunt and gather or whatever.
Mhm.
But they have abortions.
Really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Everyone likes to raw dog it.
Yeah.
Everyone
They also
likes
have
to
no
fuck.
concept of negative reciprocity. So like if somebody's eating something, you just take food away from them and eat it, they won't like get angry at you because it's like there's no ownership of anything.
Interesting.
Yeah. They have like no idea of like I worked for this, so it's mine.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just like highly communalized?
Well, there's a concept of like general reciprocity, so it's like if there's no transaction.
Don't be like a glutton or something.
No, there's no transaction. So like if I take shit from you on Monday, it's not because you can take shit from me on Tuesday
Okay.
where there's any sort of like implicit or like explicit parity, but it is that like because I'm not going to get mad that you took shit from me, I also expect that you're not going to get mad when I take shit from you. But
Right.
Is
it's
this
not like
ethics system still preserved now?
yeah, this is like because there's no economy to anything. There's nothing that has any kind of real value. So
Right.
it's like
Don't they do the like cum dump sex ritual where like women will have sex with multiple men like in successions, and then when the kid is born, it's like the community's child. It's not like a certain particular
Damn,
man's
imagine
child.
having to go last.
Whatever, that's my kid.
That's what there's a type of tree frog that does that. The female sits in the middle of the branch, and like 30 male frogs jizz
Run a
so
train.
much they form a cloud. It's this like big fucking cloud of nut that
So they're
takes
beating
over the whole
off around
branch.
it?
Yeah, and
It's
then
bukkake.
And she just
Yeah.
hangs out in it.
and yeah, and they're just with the female
marinates.
frogs. Yeah, just sits in the cloud.
The cloud of jizz. That's the official animal of Cumtown.
the frog.
Cum frog.
The cum frog.
Yeah. Somebody make that. It's a Senior Frog logo, but he's got a huge dick, and there's a cloud coming out of it. It's the cloud from like Mario Kart with the smile. And then, but he's drunk. He's drunk on cum,
Of course.
so the cloud is also holding a beer bottle that says cum on it.
Yeah.
That's Senior
good,
Frogs
dude.
logo, and then it also says Senior Frogs on it.
And then write Cumtown somewhere also.
Yeah.
I wonder if Pepe and Senior Frog have beef now that Pepe is a racist.
Did you guys follow like Brandon freaking out about the Pepe thing?
No, not Pepe. Fucking bitch ass Brandon.
I thought it was really cute. Also, like, I was kind of glad that he spoke up, because it was like, this is just like the worst example of like parents going through their kids' records and being like, this is satanic.
I call it trumped up Pepe.
Yeah, that guy, the guy who wrote Pepe, right?
Yeah, Boys Town, Boys Club guy.
I don't know. Yeah, but like he knew it. Like it's such like memes. Most memes are like, oh, we're taking this thing out of context and making it a new funny context.
Well, it's some guy's intellectual property. It would be
Right.
like if she was like, the Garfield the cat actually is racist, and the Jim Davis is like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because someone
There's a Facebook
MS
group,
painted a
Communists for
swastika.
Pepe, and they're like, we will not let the Nazis have Pepe.
Yeah.
Which I think was a good response.
But like it was just that guy knew what he was
is a
doing.
misogynist, though. Dat Boy rapes.
Well, Dat Boy's
People were
actually
mad
the
about
racist
that
one.
boy because they're like, this is AAVE.
yeah,
And you are mocking AAVE. Like, because
Yeah.
nothing can ever just be enjoyable.
Well, you saw that obnoxious article that was like how appropriating Dat Boy steals Black Twitter's excellence.
Yeah.
It's like they're fucking excellent.
I remember-
so proud of everything.
I remember the emoji
A
thing.
frog riding a unicycle. Oh, they stole our excellence.
I remember the
Black Twitter
emoji
is better
thing where people were like, oh, this is an AAV use of emoji. Like, this is some fucking Japanese person
Right,
designed
right,
this.
right,
like,
right,
it's on everyone's phone.
Yeah,
Right,
it's from
right.
like a Korean dance simulator. The guy who made it is like, gonna be killed by a house fan.
he's terrified of house fans.
Some guy that doesn't speak English at all. He knows how to write Visual Basic and
Damn, I wanna
masturbate
go-
to
What
rope
are you doing to
simulators.
that coffee cup?
I don't
wanna
know.
eat Korean
I got
food now.
I got cut fever. I've got a box cutter right now, and I'm jamming it into things.
Dude, I want
With
to
the
get sued.
emojis, I just go default yellow, dude. I don't make it lighter.
I
Don't
make it white.
darker.
Or black,
I go
darker.
for the
White or
yellow or white, because there are two white choices, and
There's
one is
two whites.
very Irish.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I wear the number 3 shade of Bare Minerals powder, so I'm,
Me too.
taking some liberties here.
The first one is Chinese. The very white one, that's like a Japanese emoji, because they always have black hair.
Right.
Then the next one is white people, like Nordic.
Right.
And then it's,
It's
POC,
yellow.
POC, and then yellow is neutral.
I go neutral.
There's
yellow.
no Mediterranean Americans.
I'm bringing back AIM buddies. Remember badassbuddy.com?
no.
Badass buddies where you get
No.
cool, like AIM, it'd be like the AIM. Because you have your icon, your buddy icon.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Badass buddy would be like the buddy icon, but he's like smoking weed and it says
Oh yeah. That's cool.
Dude, AIM was so fucking good.
Yeah.
Remember away messages? That's where you could really express yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely, dude.
If any girls want to chat, press 2. Press 2 now.
Oh man, I used to take so many pathetic shots.
It used to be so easy to dox people through away messages. Fucking idiots would leave their phone number in there. When that became a thing, cell
Oh
phones
yeah,
were
Wow.
for sure.
like, AFK, hit me up on the celly, and then they would have their cell phone number.
Mm-hmm.
So you just get somebody's AOL Instant Messenger, just sit there and wait until it said they were away. You get their phone number, look up the phone number, you get their home address, you go visit them. Have a little face-to-face chat about disagreeing with me on the Xbox forums.
Oh fuck, dude.
Where are we at with time on this one?
We're done. We can finish now.
All
We're
right.
good. Yeah, it's 57 minutes. So, folks,
Perfect.
thanks for listening. Fuck you if you're that guy that said we were creeps. The Chapo
Yeah.
show.
Oh,
that
also,
big
we should-
fat guy. You don't
Yeah,
think I saw
fuck
you?
you.
fucking shorts wearing piece of shit.
Yeah, fuck you. You fucking. You're literally made out of cargo. Short.
Yeah.
You
Jorts. I bet that's your fucking name, dude. Jonathan Jorts.
Jonathan
piece of shit.
Schwartzman.
So yeah, keep listening to the podcast. Thanks for recognizing our t-shirts.
Should we plug the fucking show though? We haven't even.
Oh.
Our next live show.
Next live
I don't
show
know
is
when we're
the
gonna release this.
24th
Don't plug anything.
of October.
We should plug shit on these.
Yeah, Adam's friends who will be at the show no matter what because they always are. Please come to the show. You're
Honestly,
All
already
his
going to
friends
come
from
to.
camp.
Honestly, that's not true, dude.
Yeah,
it was
we're
like
doing
half
good.
Cumtown.
Half Cumtown,
Or
half
more.
Cum Boys.
I'd
Keep
say it was
coming at
more
us.
Cumtown than people I knew.
The
As a
second
show.
one it was.
Well, there were women there, and I don't think they were like regular.
Yeah, those are my fans. Those are all fans of me.
Those are all Stavi
So
baby
there was
fans.
one woman
At
that
Stavi
donated
Baby.
to that Patreon, and it was like, that's bizarre. Who? Like a woman's name. I don't know, because all of
She
them
probably
are
wants
like,
to jump on it.
Jonathan Dickhead Retard.
yeah.
You know, they're all funny names.
Yeah,
It's so funny.
And then
on
there's
the
like
road,
Jennifer.
Yeah.
on the road, people fucking be like, "I love Cumtown," and then this has happened so many times where it's like a couple, and the guy is like, and like, "I love Cumtown." So I'll try to get her to listen to it. And she's like, the woman is just horrified. She's like, "I'm sorry," and I
yeah.
just apologize. I'm like, "You're right. You're
Yeah.
correct. This no one should listen to this." And
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's a men's rights, alt-right.
Yeah.
We're red pill.
podcast.
Alt-right, alt-Nazi. Is alt-Nazi a thing yet?
Oh, we
Yeah.
gotta make it. In the thing.
We use a different facing swastika.
It's like if you're a Nazi, but
Indian
you like
is alt-Nazi.
Nirvana.
yeah.
You're really into Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
You're alternative,
yeah.
but you're also racist.
on. Just playing fucking.
That's
Yeah.
not Pearl Jam.
No, I know. That's why it's a joke, bitch.
Alice
No,
in
you said the
Chains.
wrong band,
Who is it?
No, I know which
You
one it
fucking
is,
idiot.
bitch. I know the
Who's
band.
Black Hole Sun? Alice in Chains.
It's the other one, man.
It's their like that
know
was
the
their
one.
only single.
Soundgarden.
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 No, it wasn't Soundgarden.
It was
Black Hole
Soundgarden.
Sun was Soundgarden.
Yes.
Wasn't it?
No,
You're wrong,
It was
bitch.
Soundgarden, bitch ass motherfucker.
STP.
No, it was
No, it
not
wasn't
STP.
STP.
It was Soundgarden for sure.
Scott
Yeah,
Weiland,
you're right.
dude. Scott
See?
Weiland listens to the podcast.
Yeah, he does, dude.
He is.
Yo, shouts out Scott
We
Weiland.
actually found out
from
David
Stone-
Lynch listens to the podcast.
David Lynch and Scott Weiland
He
are listeners.
DM'd me.
Yeah.
and he was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
"This
yeah.
is better than anything I've ever done."
He was like,
Yeah.
this is better than Twin Peaks season
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
He's like, "This is better than anything Soundgarden has ever done." All right, thanks, folks.
Like.